Today we're going to be talking about the electric truck wars and what this will mean for the company that's able to dominate this space.
Money, baby. Money.
Now, we all know that Tesla had revolutionized the modern sedan as far as when it comes to the electric model, and people moved over not just for the price of the Model 3 or the yearly savings for fuel, but also how it looks as well. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be comparing the electric trucks that are either coming or already on the market, and we're going to see which one might be the leader when it comes to the future that is electric. And the reason being why I wanted to make this video is because the sedan isn't the most sold car in America. It's actually a truck, the Ford F-Series to be precise. But when we had the sedan wars, back when Tesla was getting really close to launching their Model 3, it was a huge deal. So big, in fact, that if you got in during that time before the Tesla Model 3 launch and you held Tesla stock to today, you would be up over 800%. And so obviously, the sedan wasn't the most sold car in America and still isn't, yet Tesla stock boomed in price because of what the Tesla Model 3 and the Tesla Model Y did. That's why it's so important to find the electric car of the future when it comes to truck models. Now, let me share with you the cars we're gonna be talking about today. The first one is gonna be the Ford F-150 Lightning. The next one is the Chevy Silverado EV. The third is the Tesla Cybertruck. The fourth will be the GMC Hummer EV. Fifth is the Rivian R1T. And the last one, but certainly not least, is Bollinger B2. So let's start off with the Ford F-150 with the least powerful horsepower out of the bunch with 563 horsepower, a torque of 775 pounds per foot, and a range of around 300 for the base model. Now, when it comes to towing and payload, the Ford F-150 is gonna have 10,000 pounds of towing and 2,000 pounds of payload. The start price for the Ford is expected to be around $39,974, and the fully loaded model will start at around $90,000 for the top tier model. Now, of course, it's still gonna have customizations that you can add on top, so you might be looking at 100, 110, maybe even 120,000 for the absolute fully loaded if you wanted all the bells and whistles on it. Now, next we have the Chevy Silverado EV with a horsepower of 660, a torque of 780, and a range of around 400 miles. Now, the towing is gonna be the exact same as that Ford F-150 at 10,000 pounds, and the payload is going to be around 1,300. And the cheaper models haven't been announced yet, but we're thinking it's going to be in the same price range of 39,900 as the Ford has it, and their higher end model is around $105,000 start. Now, next we have the Tesla Cybertruck, and this is one of my favorite cars. I've had a pre-ordered one for a couple of years now. The horsepower on this bad boy is 800. The torque is around 1,000. Again, these are estimates, and the range is going to be around 350 for the base model and upwards of 500 plus for the top tier model. Now, the Tesla Cybertruck also has a towing higher than the both of the Ford F-150 and the Chevy Silverado at around 14,000 pounds and a payload of around 3,500 pounds as well. Now, the Tesla Cybertruck is hopefully going to be under $40,000. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but we'll have to wait and see. And the top tier model is going to be likely at around $100,000, give or take 10,000 off the top. The next one we have is the GMC Hummer EV. Look at this bad boy. I love the look of it. Even though this is the first Hummer that's not been a gas guzzler, it has the horsepower of 1,000. The torque, which is at the axle, they don't have the pound per foot, so it's going to be inaccurate. It's a lot less than this, but 11,500 at axle. Again, take this with a huge grain of salt since axle torque and actual wheel torque vary. Now, the range is going to be around 350 for the GMC Hummer. We don't know the towing, we don't know the payload, and the GMC Hummer cheaper models are yet to be announced. My bet is around $70K start, and the GMC is going to be at around $112,000 for the fully loaded model. Now, the Rivian R1T is one of my favorite trucks, and I'm thinking about buying one and putting it on Turo, so if you want to see me do a video on that, and also how I like the Rivian R1T, make sure to let me know down in the comments that you want to see that. And the horsepower for this truck is 750, the torque is 829 with a range of 400. Now, the towing capacity is kind of in between the Chevy and the Tesla, which is around 11,000 pounds, and the payload is also slightly below the Ford F-150 Lightning at 1,760 pounds. Now, we do have really accurate pricing for these since they are on the market. $67,500 for the start price on the Rivian, and the fully loaded is upwards of $100,000. Now, the last one on our list is the Bollinger B2 with 614 horsepower, 668 torque, 200 range, which honestly is very depressing to see. Towing is 7,500 pounds, and the payload at 5,000 pounds. Now the pricing start for the Bollinger, it's the most expensive EV truck on this list at $125,000 start, and it's going to be upwards of the $200,000 price for the highest tier Bollinger B2. Now, of course, these are going to be rough estimates, and it's really hard to just look at all these metrics and say, this is the winner, or this truck is going to dominate all the other ones. But I'll tell you my favorites. My favorites are going to be ones that have the biggest brand loyalty, which is probably Tesla, Ford, and the Silverado. Now, my personal favorites, which I would like to see win, is probably Tesla and the Rivian R1T. The reason being is because I just personally like what they're doing. They also have the best range, and they also have the best look that I like in a truck. Now, of course, you can say the Cybertruck kind of looks funny and maybe it doesn't fit your style or maybe what you want to see in a truck, but I guarantee you that a lot of people will like the fact that it resembles like a futuristic cyberpunk tank, and that's kind of the whole idea behind the Cybertruck. So even though people have been hating on it for a while, I think once we see them on the streets, it's going to change people's minds. But again, we have to wait and see because it has been a work in progress for almost 5 years now. So who knows when it truly will be on the market. Now, of course, in terms of pickup trucks, the Ford and the Chevy are the #1 and #2 trucks that people actually like today, but we'll have to see if that's the truck that they pick for the EV model. But again, whichever company is the one that's able to take this and run with it, and people are just buying up their truck day in and day out, well, that will signal a very, very positive sign for whichever company is able to dominate in the future of truck EVs. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you haven't already, make sure to smash the like button. Also, let me know which truck you like the most or which one you think will win the truck wars. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.